He says I just whipped your ass. Who in the hell are you? I'm John Cena. What is the one quality that you possess? Ruthless aggression.
Okay, welcome back, YouTube. This is the Ruthless Aggression series. Let's get started. Lillian Garcia interviews Ric Flair, in which he calls out Eric Bischoff for his recent use of Ric Flair in a submission match. And we see two people from our developmental roster come up, and it's AJ Styles and CM Punk, and we have AJ Styles versus CM Punk. AJ Styles defeated CM Punk with the Styles Clash. Lillian Garcia interviews Chris Jericho and says, how is it being the third contender? And he says that he will possibly be bigger in third tonight. Lex Luger defeated Ernest Miller with the torture rack for 48. And then Victoria and Ivory have a argument. Randy Orton versus Christopher Nowinski. And then Triple H and Shawn Michaels start brawling backstage. And there's people backstage all over trying to get them away from one another. Kane versus Shane McMahon. Kane defeated Shane McMahon with the Tombstone Pile Driver. And then Eric Bischoff announces, since they want to be fighting so much, Triple H and Shawn Michaels will face off tonight in an Iron Man match. Rob Van Dam versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho defeated Rob Van Dam by submission with the Walls of Jericho for a 67. And this actually sparks Chris Jericho up to rank number 2. We see the Iron Man match, and Triple H defeated Shawn Michaels 2 falls to 1. And we lost popularity. Okay, Big Show opens the show with a promo in which he calls out Kurt Angle, saying that he can defeat Kurt Angle if Kurt Angle was to give him a shot. Sting comes out and he points at Kurt Angle with his baseball bat and then vanishes. Edge versus Rey Mysterio gets a 46. Edge defeated Rey Mysterio with a spear, and afterwards Paul Heyman tells Edge that he sees a big future in the kid and that he could be his next client if he chose. Shane McMahon and The Undertaker hold a promo, and Shane McMahon, being the booker of SmackDown, well, no, I guess Vince would be. No, Stephanie's the booker, right? Yeah. Anyhow, Stephanie and Vince book SmackDown. Anyhow, Shane McMahon is told by Undertaker that he better pull some strings and get him a World Championship match at the next event. Hulk Hogan defeated The Big Show with an atomic leg drop. And then Funaki wins the WWE Cruiserweight title for 46. And Hulk Hogan is told by Vince McMahon that he needs to stop worrying about World Championship reigns and start worrying more about his in-ring ability. Eddie Guerrero versus Shelton Benjamin, and Eddie Guerrero defeated Shelton Benjamin for 56, which is not bad. John Cena wins the WWE United States title for a 60, and well, we've got to get better road agents. But a freestyle segment called Angle with John Cena, where John Cena is rapping with the title, dancing with it, rapping with it. He's happy as heck about his title win. But our next match is Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit. Okay, Kurt Angle defeated Chris Benoit in 9 minutes and 56 seconds by submission with an ankle lock. Not bad. Okay, Shawn Michaels opens up the show for a 67, which is a good rating for what we've done. Ric Flair is out at the ring, bickering that he's not had no good matches lately, and Eric Bischoff's music hits and he says, You know, I've got a great match for you upcoming. He says, you go against William Regal tonight. And I accidentally pressed it twice. But anyhow, Triple H and Chris Jericho are hyping up their match. Trish Stratus is doing a angle where she's kind of hyping up her upcoming return due to injury. But Kane defeated Mark Henry with the Tombstone Piledriver for 54. Booker T and Goldust defeated Evolution for 54. And then Triple H versus Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho actually defeated Triple H by submission with the Walls of Jericho. And then Rob Van Dam rants about Steven Richards. And the William Regal and Ric Flair match was poorly placed. I should have done it first. And this one sucked too. 47. Wow. I was hoping that would be good. Okay, Vince McMahon starts to show off. Not bad. CM Punk, AJ Styles, and Bryan Danielson has a video, you know, just a small video. And the only reason this angle is here is to get all three of them some coverage. Rhino defeated Chunk Palumbo with a gore for 53. Rey Mysterio defeated Lex Luger with a 619. And then Jeff Hardy defeated Chuji. But during the match, we had Edge turn on Jeff Hardy. And in that, he shows that he is a Paul Heyman guy now. John Cena comes out and says Edge is nothing but a worthless piece of, and then holds the microphone up. If y'all didn't watch in them days, when he held his microphone up, it meant for the crowd to cuss into the all at once. But Edge defeated Matt Hardy with an educator from 48. And then Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle defeated Eddie Guerrero with an ankle lock. And then we had Sting versus Chris Benoit. It got a 72. It was a great match. And the show increased our popularity in 2 regions, which is not bad. RVD opens the show with an angle calling Mark Henry how would I put it? A unknowledgeable competitor for the title, but he will still defend against him. Eric Bischoff also tells Triple H that tonight he's going to cut him a deal. If he can win his match tonight, he will automatically be #1 contender. Booker T and Goldust versus Maven and Al Snow. Booker T and Goldust defeated Maven and Al Snow. It got a 47. We've got practice on our WWE roster. So Trish Stratus held an angle saying that she's almost back. Chris Jericho versus William Regal. Now it got 20 minutes long. Chris Jericho defeated William Regal with the Walls of Jericho. And the reason for this is because, well, we needed a good technical match. Lillian Garcia interviews Shawn Michaels and asks if he thinks he can win the upcoming Elimination Chamber. He says, yes, I do think I can win the Elimination Chamber. He says he will sweet chin music every competitor and deliver some diving elbow drops until the title's his. Shawn Michaels versus Christian. Shawn Michaels defeated Christian with the sweet chin music. And then Test versus Lex Luger. Lex Luger defeated Test with the torture rack. Chris Jericho holds an angle where he says that he is going to be #1 contender. RVD defeated Mark Henry with the 5-star frog splash for 52. And then Triple H defeated Kane with a pedigree. I've got to find some better ways to do the shows. Okay, Rob Van Dam wins the Best High Flyer in Wrestling Today award. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll see if he makes it as Wrestler of the Year. Okay. Well, okay. Looks like there's a bunch of cool stuff happening. Yeah. We've got SmackDown tonight. We've got... Ooh, the backstage thing is bad. Huh. It's terrible right now. Nathan Jones versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio defeated Nathan Jones with a 619. And then Stephanie McMahon announces that tonight we will see Chris Benoit versus Brock Lesnar. Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero team up for tonight's tag team match. And then we see Funaki versus Tajiri for a 56, and Funaki defeated Tajiri with a Rising Sun. And then Vince McMahon comes out, and he's got the crowd pumped up, and he tells them that tonight's a tag team match of Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, and who they in a tag team with? Who the heck are they in a tag team with? I can't remember who they're in a tag team with. Anyhow, Edge with Paul Heyman holds an angle saying that he's going to destroy Matt Hardy. Hulk Hogan holds an angle, and he's telling Vince McMahon that maybe he shouldn't be worried so much about him and that he should be more worried about himself. And Ron Simmons defeated Matt Hardy with Edge interfering. And then Paul Heyman is out and he's announcing that Edge is the greatest wrestler. Shelton Benjamin versus The Undertaker. And it was a no DQ match, and The Undertaker defeated Shelton Benjamin with the last ride, but it was a great match. And then Chris Benoit versus Brock Lesnar. It gets a 65. Okay, and the main event, Sting and Lex Luger versus Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle. I know, it's terrible. Okay, Shane McMahon comes out announcing that he will be taking over for match-wise. I won't say that. I'm not saying like he's taking over for Eric Bischoff, but what we're about to see is he's gonna become what he was in 2001. Triple H comes out and holds an angle, and then Chris Jericho comes out and challenges anyone in the back, and then Eric Bischoff comes out and says Christian should be able to face you, and if he survives, okay. Anyhow, Eric Bischoff will be allowing Christian to face off for the Intercontinental title if he wins. Ric Flair holds an angle. Shawn Michaels holds an angle. Okay, Sting and Kurt Angle hold an angle in which it gets a 58. Edge versus The Big Show. Dave Hebner didn't do so good as a road agent. Okay, I guess I have to do different. It was supposed to be a good match, but Eddie Guerrero and The Undertaker hold an angle for a 50. Paul Heyman talks about how good Edge is. Hulk Hogan pushes Edge, and Edge spears Hulk Hogan. Crash Holly vs. Funaki gets a 36, and Funaki defeated Crash Holly with the Rising Sun. And then John Cena and Vince McMahon hold an angle, and Vince McMahon tells John Cena that he's his golden boy. Matt Hardy versus Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero defeated Matt Hardy by distraction from Edge. And then we see The Rock's glorious return. And then Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle gets a 62. Brock Lesnar defeated Kurt Angle. And then The Rock versus Chris Benoit gets a 58. Okay, it's the Los Guerreros versus the world's greatest tag team for a 44. The world's greatest tag team win the WWE tag team titles. Not bad. Hulk Hogan comes out and he points his finger at Eddie Guerrero. And Eddie Guerrero drop kicks him into the rope and then suplexes him as he comes back. And we see Triple H hyping up the Elimination Chamber. We then see Randy Orton make defense number 2 of the WWE Intercontinental title. And we see Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels come face to face. We then see The Rock and Trish Stratus hold an angle for a 53. We see Trish Stratus win the WWE Women's title. And we see John Cena make defense number 1 of the WWE United States title for a 64, which is not bad. We see Edge defeat Matt Hardy in a hardcore match with a spear after Paul Heyman interfered. And then we see Booker T and Goldust versus Maven and Al Snow. Booker T and Goldust defeated Maven and Al Snow for a 45. We see Chris Benoit win the WWE Heavyweight title. It is not a bad match at all. In the Elimination Chamber, we see Rob Van Dam come out, still champion. Okay, we gotta keep our workers happy. Okay, that's it for tonight, YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family. But don't forget the most important part. Share it with your dog.